heroism. It's the pursuit of two ideals, excellence and a higher purpose. This noble mission is not just found in Hollywood. It's a game changer for businesses devoted to it. Almost all business owners launch their company to make a difference in the world around them. Join us on the Heroic Experience as we talk with business owners, senior leaders, and established entrepreneurs so that you too can elevate your business to heroic success. Now, here's your host, John D. Hanson.
Welcome back to the Heroic Experience. We are proudly supported by Kaufman Media. Stop by their website to learn about their digital signage solutions and way more than that. KaufmanMedia.com, spelled COFFMAN media.com. Happy to have Matt Orioli, Business Development Manager for Midwest Security Services, as our guest today. And Matt, every first segment we start off with the wow stories. Your clients that are so happy that they found out who you are and what you do. We'd love to hear that off the top of your head. Like, what's one of your favorite wow stories for your clients?
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me here, John. Really excited to be here, and congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Like I said, I think you're doing a great job, and it'll continue to have much success. First, I guess what I'd like to do is talk about IGS Energy. They are my first wow client. They are a electric and gas supplier to over 1 million commercial, residential, and industrial clients. The great thing about IGS Energy is they came with me from my previous position with the Official Company, in which I had developed a relationship with their facilities management team there. And they came to me and asked, "Hey, we're looking for a supplier on access control and video, and we are looking to go a little bit more tech forward, think outside the box. Would you be interested in taking a look at providing a solution for us?" And I did. And we came back with a great partner of ours, Verkada Security, which is a manufacturer of access control, intrusion alarms, and video management systems. The great thing about Verkada is that they actually record everything to the cloud. There are no back-end NVRs or any equipment. Everything is done at the edge. And so we were able to go ahead and provide a solution for them and their 25 additional offices, which we're currently working in this particular project with them, in which we're supplying them with cameras, access control, and also all the services that surround those particular type of solutions.
So 25 offices. What are we talking about, square footage or units? And just the one where you had the relationship with the management team, what was the scope of that project?
Well, that's a great question, because ultimately each particular office that they have is different.
Okay.
Now, obviously they're here in Dublin, Ohio, which is their biggest facility, which supports 500 employees.
Oh, okay.
With that being said, we had a number of doors, obviously a number of cameras that we had to go ahead and make sure that, number one, are functioning properly, but also communicating and networking together.
Right.
So all said and done, we're looking at over 100 doors, over over 50 cameras, and at this particular standpoint, we're continuing to grow with that.
Gotcha. That's a great size. I mean, now a business owner listening right now, or a senior exec, or decision maker, or a senior manager might be thinking like, "Oh, so Midwest Security Services, they're for the Fortune 100 companies. They're for the companies that's Fortune 500. They're for big clients." Do you have a wow story of a smaller client, a small business owner that maybe was just paying way too much, not getting the support they needed, and Midwest Security Services came in and improved everything they had with better support, and it cost less? Do you have a story like that?
I sure do. Rock City Church here locally in Columbus. They have a few different, obviously, churches that they're handling at this particular time, a few different sites. And they've been an existing client before I came on about a year ago. However, what I've noticed is they're, from a church perspective, they're an ever-changing facility, organization, however you want to define them, in the sense that they're constantly looking to upgrade the experience that they're giving to their members, right?
Yeah.
And also, they're also continuing to try to bring higher security to each one of their facilities.
Sure.
So within that, we've been able to go ahead and continue to add video. We've continued to add a number of different access control solutions for them as well. But really unique to them is they work in a number of different areas, from childcare to worship,
right.
and even something which is which blew my mind. I talked with my contact over there a couple weeks ago. They're actually starting a college.
Really?
And so from that particular standpoint, that brings a whole new set of opportunities, not only for them, but also for us to go ahead and be their provider.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't think of the nonprofit sector or churches even. Everybody, I guess, thinks that stuff's around nowadays, the ever-present eye looking at you sort of thing, like the camera, the video, right? But in childcare, in higher education, childcare in particular, access control, all those factors that are not only necessary for liability containment, but just for peace of mind.
Correct.
So in a nonprofit setting or in higher education setting, and I know we'll get into features and benefits and more of Midwest Security Services story in the second, will be the story in the second segment. Last segment will be features and benefits. But I wondered if you could talk on real quick, one of your major clients is the Columbus Metropolitan Library System.
Correct.
That's quite a few branches and probably needs just about everything that you have to offer in your arsenal. We'll get into the details of what those are, but what has been a surprise for business owners when you've shared all the things that you can do and then bundled it for them? What's been the surprising impact for them?
Well, the surprising impact right off the bat is the savings. Ultimately, if we are able to go ahead and bundle access control, intrusion, fire and life safety, and video, we're able to go ahead and save them not only upfront costs on the equipment, but also from a services perspective.
Oh, yes.
We're able to bundle that all in and offer them an extended service agreement, which for us and for the security industry alone, servicing your clients is of the utmost importance.
Yes.
And it is a critical value and benefit to that client in order to go ahead and reach them as quickly as easily as possible.
Well, without naming names, because we won't do that on the show, but without naming names, I do recall a story you shared with me where there was I believe it was an apartment or a complex manager. They had a camera out. How long did it take before they got you guys, of course, how long did it take for a response to come and fix that so that the camera was actually working like it should?
It was 7 days.
7 days. Wow. And so they're paying, I'm assuming they were paying more, getting far less, and not even having the functionality you need. So for those of you who are listening that may not have a security background, and I don't, but Matt's taught me a lot, just imagine if you've got one camera out for a whole week. You don't know what's going on at that entrance for 7 full days. What if something happens in that window of time where you have no way of recording what happened? Can you imagine the impact of that? And this is where the quality of support matters way more than the technology. You can have the greatest bells and whistles, and we'll get to those in the last segment. But if you don't have excellent support, as a business owner, you could get hung out to dry. And that can have tremendous financial impact on you. Well, I always look forward to the second segment even more than the first. Client stories are cool, but the second segment where we get to hear your story and the story of Midwest Security Services, those stories are the ones that fascinate me the most, and I hope for our listeners too. Our show is available on our website, accrev.com. It's available on Podbean, YouTube, Google Podcasts, and more coming soon. But I look forward, come back and join us in the second segment where we hear Matt's story and the story of Midwest Security Services.
Inspire, influence, and connect your audience with digital signage. Kaufman Media offers customizable digital signage solutions designed to meet your company's specific goals. Whether you need digital menu boards for your quick service restaurant, digital displays for marketing in your retail stores, or wayfinding and unified communications for your schools, your corporations, or your healthcare facility, our customizable, affordable options and proven experience make us the only partner you'll need for your next digital signage project. Visit kaufmanmedia.com today to learn more. That's COFFMAN media.com.
Remember the days when you first started your business? You wanted to make a difference. You wanted to add value to your loved ones, your future employees, your customers, and your community. Here at Accelerated Revenue, we focus on cost savings, customer and employee experience, and cash flow to help your business achieve more while doing less. Freedom. Contact us today to schedule a no-obligation introduction, either at our website, accrev.com, or give us a call at 614-789-3486.
Check out John's worldwide selling book, Wow Your Customers, 7 Ways to World-Class Service on Amazon. Now, once again, here's John.
Welcome back to the Heroic Experience. Our mission is to elevate your business to heroic success. We are proudly sponsored by Kaufman Media. Check out their digital signage solutions and far more on their website, Kaufman Media. That's kaufmanmedia.com, spelled COFFMAN media.com. We have Matt Orioli, Business Development Manager with Midwest Security Services, as our guest in studio today. Matt, I look forward to this segment in particular because I have a degree in history. So people's stories, that's what history is. I'd love to hear yours. Go back as far as you'd like and share with us kind of your journey that brought you to here, to now. And then we'll hear about Midwest Security Services after that.
Sure. Well, originally I'm not from Columbus. I'm actually from upstate New York, and was born and raised in Syracuse and lived in Rochester for about 11 years as well. And
that's where I was born, was Rochester.
Is that right? Yeah, that's great. That's great. I love the city. Love the people. Wanted to let you know that from that particular standpoint, back in my employment history, I actually started off in IT.
Oh, really?
With Unisys Corporation. So I'm kind of dating myself a little bit there, but ran a few sales teams for them on the federal government and state government side. And had the opportunity to come out here back in 2000 to go ahead and continue with Unisys with the state of Ohio and work with their a number of different government agencies. Well, as I was here, I really enjoyed the selling piece of it, but I really wanted to get back into the management side of it. And I actually had some relationships that were in the security industry. I got a call and asked me to come take a look at handling a commercial security sales team for ADT.
Okay.
And so really that's where my security journey really started.
Okay.
And, over the number of about 10 years, I worked with a number of national providers, which included ADT, obviously Protection One, and Stanley Security Services.
Okay.
Each were unique in the sense that they gave me the knowledge and the understanding of the security industry, and I was able to go ahead and leverage that when I had my next opportunity, which was with the official company here in Columbus. They are a construction and technologies company. And I was able to go ahead and actually build their security division from the ground up, which was a great challenge, great experience. I was there for about 6 years and did a lot of great things with a lot of great people, and had a real good experience there. It taught me a lot, it taught me that just on the surface of being able to sell security does not make you an expert in understanding security.
Right.
And I think I really give the benefit of being in that environment to learn more into my journey here, where I am now with Midwest Security Services, which I've been here a little bit over 14, 15 months.
Okay. And that technical expertise, oftentimes people in sales can have that rap of, you're just here to sell me. Having a background that's that rich, that's strong, where you've learned so much, that's got to add some comfort level when a business owner gets to know your background, which they can go to your profile on LinkedIn, Matt Orioli, Orioli, and they can see that you've been in security for a long time. So you know your stuff. That, I think, is a benefit. But one thing I also think that, before we get to Midwest Security Services story, one thing that I also think is what you bring to a role. My first impression of you, which is, we don't get a second one, right? My first impression was confidence, professional, character, and that was only reinforced as I got to spend more time with you. It's not even a soft skill, it's who you are, how you do business. And a lot of business owners, I think, listening can relate to this, because there's probably plenty of other people that do what you do as you're listening, probably other businesses that do exactly the same thing, but it's how you do it that attracts people, that makes you a magnet for the clients and the team members that you want. What do you think was one, maybe there's multiple factors that contribute to how you do business?
That's a great question. And you and I have talked many times in the past with regards to the commercial security industry. It's a very saturated market. Yeah. So you have to find ways to stand out. You have to find ways to be different and make sure that customer trusts you. And it goes back to one simple thing: relationships. Spending the time building your relationships with your clients. I can't tell you enough how with Midwest Security Services, we are dedicated to our customers, and we're dedicated to making sure that that customer experience is the best that they've had. Because ultimately, a lot of folks that I talk to on a day-to-day basis are frustrated with their security provider.
Right.
And it's just like that old saying, right? You never hear the good things, you always hear the bad things.
True.
But ultimately, at Midwest Security Services, we do a great job of getting to know our clients, allowing them to have one point of contact, and serving them as if they're a brand new client each and every time that we go out and we visit with them.
Yeah, the customer experience is so important. In the first segment, you talked about you developed and kept a relationship going with the facilities management team at IGS, and that's what enabled you to have the opportunity with them. The relationship just kept going. Relationships, if you're listening, if you aren't being intentional about strengthening, deepening, widening relationships with your key clients or with people who are prospects, then you're missing out on the opportunity, because the market is going that way more and more and more. Relationships are going to be driving the buying decisions. As business owners get younger and younger, relationships matter. They always have. They just got buried in the decades of greed is good and Wall Street and the IT, the emergence of tech. But relationships still matter. They're still king. So Midwest Security Services, what locations do they have, and who can they serve? What markets can they serve?
Great question. So we're based out of Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
We've got 4 offices, Dayton, obviously, then Columbus, we've got Louisville, Kentucky, and Indianapolis, Indiana. So we are a regional company. However, that does not limit us to a national reach. And so for us, we have a number of clients, such as IGS Energy, which may be based here in Columbus, but have sites located all across the country.
Right.
And we're great at making sure that we meet those customer needs, not only here locally, but also wherever their sites may be.
Yeah, that's the advantage of the support piece being so robust, is that if you've got great customer experience on the front side, and then that continues on, then the support is that robust, whether the location is right here, close to an office, or located in another state. The experience is just that consistent. And I think that's what really matters. Too many businesses are on sales, getting the number, winning a client, and that's about as far as it goes in their minds. And the reason I know that is because, particularly in an industry like security services, where it's viewed as a commodity, anytime something is viewed as a commodity and not a solution, it means that there's always going to be somebody else with a better price. The problem is, are they going to have better support? Are they going to have people that they know, like, and trust? Or are they just another bill that comes with your overhead? Real quick, what's been one of your favorite locations to visit for an install? We got about 30 seconds.
I got to be honest with you. If I think about it, it's got to be an IGS location, which has been down in Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh, cool.
I was able to go ahead and get to Augusta, Georgia, and go through that beautiful town. So at this particular standpoint, so far it's been that, but I'm looking forward to many more.
Of course, yeah. So we've got one more segment, features and benefits, the nuts and bolts coming in the last segment. We're honored to have Matt Orioli and Midwest Security Services as a trusted partner with Accelerated Revenue. Their risk-free solutions help us add even more value to our business consulting clients. You can check out the official partner tab on our website, accrev.com, to learn more about Matt and our other trusted partners there. Come back and join us in the last segment where we learn about all the benefits Midwest Security Services can provide to you.
Did you know that 70% of U.S. residents 12 and older recall seeing digital signage in the past week? Digital signage provides a 35% reduction in perceived wait time with a 30% increase in a customer's in-store browsing time. Kaufman Media offers customizable digital signage solutions designed to meet your company's specific goals. Christina said,
"We love our digital signage. The software is easy to use and we can publish content in minutes. It allows for every department to be seen and have a voice."
Visit kaufmanmedia.com today to learn more. That's COFFMAN media.com.
Attention business owners, could your company benefit from stronger cash flow and strategies to navigate disruption? Join us in November as Accelerated Revenue hosts an in-person free seminar here in Columbus, Ohio, with networking opportunities and engaging speakers that will both help grow your business in every economy. Stay tuned to this show, The Heroic Experience, for more details, or visit our website, accrev.com. That's accrev.com.
Would you like to be a guest on the Heroic Experience? Contact us at john.hansen@accrev.com. Now, once again, here's John.
Welcome back to the Heroic Experience, the last segment here of today's show. We are proudly sponsored by Kaufman Media. Check out their digital signage solutions and far more on their website, kaufmanmedia.com. That's spelled COFFMAN media.com. All right, Matt, we're in the last segment here, features and benefits. So a business owner that's now familiar with at least the name Midwest Security Services, what is the differentiator you would say? Every company has their differentiators. What would you say Midwest Security Services differentiators are in the industrial commercial space?
I will say flat out, it's our service and the way that we respond to our customers to provide that service. Yes, correct. Unfortunately, with a lot of the national providers, what you do is what happens is you get lost in a phone tree. If you have a service issue, you've got a camera down, you've got a door down, which you can't afford to be without. Unfortunately, that goes into a queue. With that being said, you could take a day, it could take 2 days, could take 3 days,
7 days,
7 days, as we spoke about. The great thing for us is that you get one contact, which for my customers, it's me. If there's a service issue, they call me. I'm able to go ahead and respond to them, at least go ahead and work with our office staff, which our office manager, Virginia Harris, is fantastic. She really takes care of our clients and is great to work with. We are able to go ahead and respond to those particular customers same day, next day, and get out there and at least address the issue. So for us, that is number one. And from my experience in being in this industry for so long as they have a live person to speak with and you're actually listening and addressing their issue, that is half the battle.
Yeah. And in today's society, especially as consumers, where they expect a response almost instantaneously, you've got a chat bot, you've got Amazon, you've got all these customer experiences that are real time and they're fast. So in this space of commercial security, you would think that security would have that same level of importance, not just on the pack of pens that you bought that aren't showing up when they're supposed to.
Correct.
So that sense of urgency should be even more necessary in a security environment. But oftentimes it's that game of how many customers can we get, grow our company by revenue, but not really looking at retention, not really looking at relationships. So in the support space, you talked about the fact that your support can be done from anywhere. You also mentioned your new partner, exciting partner, Verkada. What does that bring to the support piece? Especially that new partnership. Right.
Verkada is an incredibly important partner for us, and they've been very instrumental in helping us grow. And hopefully, we've been the same for them as well.
Right.
Bringing some new customers and clients to their opportunity or to their organization as well. Verkada is a very fast-moving, tech-forward, and very aggressive, assertive partner of ours. They are looking to go ahead and gain as much market share as they possibly can on the video and access side, and now have even jumped into the alarms space as well.
Okay.
They have incredible customer service. The great thing about we're talking about features and benefits.
Yeah.
They have a 10-year hardware warranty on any of their on any piece of their equipment, which is unheard of within the industry.
Wow.
Not only do they have that, but from a response time and from a delivery standpoint, they work to make sure that they can go ahead and get equipment shipped out as soon as possible once that order comes in.
Yeah. So response time on the getting things set up process is also just as important, because the client, all right, we just dropped this much money. How long? So install time, we know that can be a challenge nowadays because it's difficult to find, especially for a growing company, techs, qualified, experienced techs. So for Midwest Security Services, let me ask this. For someone, what's a good candidate? If someone's like, I've been thinking about, I'd like to do something in the space kind of as an installer. I don't want to do sales, I don't want to do office, but I don't have to do an install. what's a good background for somebody that could do install work for Midwest Security Services?
Anyone that really has any electrical background, any IT background is extremely important and valuable to us, because ultimately what a lot of people don't understand is on the security side, as we've talked about, the technical side of what we do on a day-to-day basis is incredibly intricate. And we employ a lot of smart technicians who know a lot more than I do on the inner workings of the equipment and the wiring. And so for us, yes, we'd love to have folks that have security background from a technician standpoint, but anyone that is looking to go ahead and grow as in their career with any of those particular backgrounds that we spoke of would have a great opportunity with us.
Great thing about COVID is that now you can have a conversation with somebody in an entirely different state. You don't have to hop on a plane or get in an automobile and drive to where they are, fly to where they are. So if somebody wanted to reach out to you, say they're local, or in a different state, doesn't matter where, they want to reach out to you and discuss what they have and see if maybe you could help. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, obviously you can contact me on my cell phone, which is 614-817-3568. Feel free to go out to our website. We've got an opportunity there for you to go ahead and look at any overall contact for across the country as well. And then also you can email me at morioli@mwsecurityservices.com.
Gotcha. And what's that website, Matt?
Website is www.midwestsecurityservices.com.
Okay, great. Well, and I know you've got a LinkedIn profile too, so there's so many different ways you can get a hold of Matt. We had him in to evaluate ours as we're going to be growing our footprint. It was important to have someone that we trusted who was local, had great support. We're a small company, 10 to 15 employees, and we don't have the largest footprint, nowhere near close to IGS or multiple locations. And we still got that same kind of white glove service about really asking the best questions about what needs to go in, why do you need that, what feature would be helpful that you don't have. All those things are super important, and we appreciated that kind of service. So a couple minutes left on this last segment. Time flies when you're having a great conversation, so we don't have much time left. But what I'd like to hear, if you could share with us, Midwest Security Services, so they're in their offices. They have 2 in Ohio, Louisville, and Indianapolis. The concern that some business owners might have is, I'm in an entirely different state. We've talked about this multiple times. They can do the support. They can do cloud-based technology that enables them to have. I saw that you had something on your phone where in real time they could see what was going on. You could see what's going on outside any facility where you all had a camera placed. Can the business owner access that?
Yeah, sure, they certainly can. We've got multiple platforms which allow customers not only on the video side, but also on the access side and on the alarm side of it, where you can go ahead and keep track of those particular incidents, of those particular employees that you have, and alarms, arming and disarming alarms. You have all that control at your fingertips.
Wow. And
so we certainly can provide opportunities for those folks to take a look and have that control and provide a solution that fits them perfectly.
So, and that doesn't matter what size the business is. Could be one person, could be 3,000.
That's correct.
Have that access.
We've spoken about some large clients, but I would deal with small, medium, and large businesses of all sizes. So,
yeah, that's. I was so blown away because we were at an event, a business networking event, and you had your phone out, and I'm watching the parking lot of some business owner. Any business owner can have this kind of technology in a bundle that's cost effective with fantastic support. I highly recommend, if you're open to or you are actively looking for a commercial security provider, check out Matt Orioli with Midwest Security Services. Well, we've got another show in the books. It's been a fantastic conversation. The Heroic Experience is not only available on our website, accrev.com, it's also available on our YouTube channel, Accelerated Revenue, and you can find it now on Spotify, Podbean, Google Podcast as well, and we've got more platforms coming soon. I am so excited for all the guests that we've had because the value we are going to add will help you all become heroic successes, because we're going to elevate your business to heroic success. Join us for the next show. See you then.
This has been the Heroic Experience. To learn how your business can be profitable and heroic, visit accrev.com. For access to free weekly content, subscribe to the Accelerated Revenue YouTube channel and follow John D. Hanson on LinkedIn. To listen to archived shows, find them on the Accelerated Revenue website under the Resources tab, ACCREV.com.